The episode begins with Sharpe on a campaign against Napoleon, having recently been promised a promotion due to bravery in his last mission. Upon returning to the camp, he will meet an officer that will only be around for this episode that is either pompous, rapacious, or pompous and rapacious. The officer will take an instant dislike to Sharpe because he came up through the ranks and isn't a proper officer. This will be mentioned several thousand times an episode, despite Sharpe already being recognized as a national hero. At this point, Wellington will summon Sharpe to a tent where he will be instructed to venture forth on a suicide mission that is vital to the war effort and could only possibly be completed by Sharpe, his band of riflemen, and the officer that is there solely to be a to them this week. The officer will doubt Sharpe's bravery and remind the audience that Sharpe was poor and therefore is scum that should not be trusted. Every other character will point out that Sharpe captured the eagle at Talavera and that his dick is in fact big. The officer will feel embarrassed by his poor life decisions and silly hat. There will also be a lone woman, either in camp or 5 minutes outside of it, riding a horse. Either way, she will be implausibly beautiful for the front lines of the Napoleonic War and will be played by an actress that wasn't famous then but probably is famous now, and at some point in the episode she will be contractually obligated to get her boobs out. Along with everyone but the officer that inexplicably hates Sharpe and the French, she will share an overwhelming desire for Sharpe's balls, while he will remain stoically unimpressed with her for the first half of the episode until she does indeed get her boobs out. Sharpe will encounter some kind of barbarous enemy as he sets out on his suicide mission, either a cowardly Frenchman, a savage Spaniard, or a turncoat British soldier that he will call a bastard 17 times. It is highly likely that upon first meeting this enemy, they will threaten to sexually assault the woman in Sharpe's company in many alarmingly inventive ways. I'm looking at you, Obadiah, you walking rape charge. The most important distinction between the enemy is that they will generally inform the family-friendly racism that will litter the episode from here on out, usually just putting the nationality of the enemy before bastard, like so.
Scots bastard. The French bastard and Dutch bastard!
While on their mission, they will become engaged in battle with French or Spanish or British soldiers, and Sharpe and Officer Dickhead will disagree on what constitutes proper soldiering. Usually something to do with forming square, or not forming square, or some kind of cowardice resulting in the fucking of the king's colours. After killing several troops of French or Spanish or British soldiers, Sharpe will be proven victorious, and the officer will be seen as the despicable sewer waste we always knew he was. Despite Sharpe's Death Star-sized nuts, the irrationally rapacious enemy agent will continue to be resolute in pissing him off, and either kidnap Actress of the Week or capture a fort or something, and Sharpe will have no choice but to go commit murder all over him. Before he does that, tensions will escalate with Coward of the Week, and they will either have to duel or reconcile in some other way, up to and including just full-on cooking them. With that out of the way, Sharpe heads out into the third act with his saber stiff in hand, ready to kill more Europeans than influenza in 1918. His plan will involve doing something that other people, namely Officer Dickhead or whichever actor is playing the Master of Whispers this week, say cannot be done, like firing 3 shots in a minute, or taking a French eagle, or getting to the end of an episode without there being any sexual threats. Save for Paddy being shot in the shoulder like he has magnetic deltoids and there being more powder explosions than a napalm strike on Lindsay Lohan's Crackdown, this will barely be an inconvenience. Sharpe will return to Wellington successful and be given a promotion that he will still not have next episode. The woman will either die or marry Sharpe and then maybe die. If the officer is dead, Sharpe will lie that he died bravely. If they live, then he will leave them humbled and turned out in front of the entire British Empire. Cut to a final shot of Sharpe and his unit mourning someone that we met this episode, and then walking off towards the next one, whereupon he will be summoned to a tent by Wellington and told there is a suicide mission that